Hi, my name is Jennifer Hall from reflectyourlight.com, and today I would like to talk to you about my cancer story. So, in 2014, early in the year of 2014, I started having this really strange feeling of numbness in the bottom of my foot, my right leg, it even kind of spread to my right arm and my right shoulder. And I didn't know what was going on with this numbness. So I had a good relationship with a chiropractor, and I started seeing her, and we weren't really making any progress. So she sent me to a different chiropractor, and she also recommended that I start getting acupuncture. So I started acupuncture treatments, and I was getting regular massages, and I was trying all these things, and my body felt pretty good. I actually was very healthy at that time. I was in really good shape. During 2014, I turned 40, and I remember on my 40th birthday, I went to two jazzercise classes that day, two classes back to back, really hard ones, just as a symbol of, hey, I'm going into my 40s feeling great. And I continued to have this numbness. Well, another thing that had been going on with me for a while was I was having some bloating and some digestive issues that would kind of come and go. But that summer, I'm a teacher, so I had the summer off that year. And that summer, I started really having digestive problems. So I would wake up in the morning and my stomach would be basically flat, and I would be feeling okay, and I would move through my day and my stomach would just bloat. I mean, at one point, I really looked like I was 6 months pregnant. And it was very painful as well. It just really hurt. My whole abdomen area just was inflamed and painful. And I kept trying to mess with my diet. And like I said, I was doing a lot of these integrative therapies with chiropractic and acupuncture and all of those things. And, like I said, the feeling would just kind of come and go. I mean, even the numbness in my leg and hip and foot and arm and shoulder wasn't always there, but then it would come back. And like I said, I would wake up in the morning and my stomach would feel pretty good. And then as I moved through my day and ate and all of that, I was just having troubles. So we went on vacation over the 4th of July to visit family in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And I remember I had gone out with my sister-in-law to work out, and we had done some yoga, and we were even having an active vacation. And on the 5th of July, I had plans to go to the gym with her again. And I woke up that morning and my stomach was bloated and I was in a lot of pain. And so I just didn't end up going to the gym that day. And I told the family, I'm sorry, I know I'm being a party pooper, but I just can't. Like, I feel terrible. And I just spent that day, the 5th of July, just really relaxing and trying to get myself back in order. So when we got back to Kansas City, I thought that I needed a gastroenterologist. So I started calling around to gastroenterologists. Well, it turns out you can't just make an appointment with a gastroenterologist. You need your doctor, your primary care physician, to actually refer you to a gastroenterologist. And my husband was getting kind of frustrated with me. He said, why don't you just go to your regular doctor? Like, just go. So it was that morning, I had started calling like right at 8 o'clock in the morning and discovering I was not going to get into a gastroenterologist. And so I just called my regular doctor, and luckily she was able to get me in like within a couple of hours. And my husband was still off work because he was on vacation still. And so he went with me to the doctor. And she poked around for a very short amount of time and said, oh, well, this is either uterine or ovarian, and you need to go get some tests right away. So that appointment was on a Tuesday, and my tests, I had a couple of ultrasounds and a couple of other things, were scheduled for that Friday. And Friday night, I missed a call from my doctor, and she gave me her cell phone number and asked me to call her back. So, as you can imagine, I knew that it was important. So I called her right back, and she said, um, Jennifer, your left ovary is the size of a softball, and you are going to have a major surgery, and I'm referring you to an oncologist. Well, for a person who was eating well and exercising a lot and had a good group of friends and had an active spiritual life and sought counseling when I needed it, felt like I was taking really good care of myself, this was quite a shock and a blow. So, long story short, yes, I did go to the oncologist, and she said, we're not going to know if this is cancer until we get in there in the surgery. What will happen is we will remove it, we will take it right to pathology, they will test it and see if it's cancer. If it is cancer, you're going to have a full hysterectomy, and we're also going to remove a lot of lymph nodes in that area, because it is likely, if it is cancer, that it has spread to the lymph nodes. So my surgery was on August 19th, 2014, and sure enough, it was cancer. So I woke up from surgery to the knowledge that there was a cancerous tumor in my left ovary, and I would have to do chemotherapy, and it was going to be a long road ahead. Well, being a person that had always tried to be healthy and be tuned in with my body and be tuned into my higher power, and using kind of integrative medicine types of things, alternative medicine types of things, Eastern medicine types of things, I was really not happy about the idea of going into chemo. So I started calling around to find somebody who would be able to do vitamin C infusions for me. I had heard that this was very helpful and actually in a lot of cases could completely heal cancer, just vitamin C infusions. So I had tried to get into the integrative medicine department at KU, and they were backed up for a couple of months. I wouldn't be able to get in, so I just started literally Googling and calling, and I connected with a medical doctor named Dr. Garrett Sullivan. And he actually talked to me on the phone. It wasn't his secretary. He talked to me on the phone. And he said, Jennifer, I think this is really a time for you to pray and tune in as you discern what's the best course of action for you. A medical doctor saying, why don't you tune into your higher power and see what comes up? I knew that I had found my doctor. So ultimately, what I ended up doing was I did go ahead and do the recommended 4 rounds of intensive chemotherapy. My hair did fall out. I had, a lot of the things that go along with cancer treatment and chemotherapy. But before I started my first chemo treatment, I got vitamin C infusion. And I got a lot of extra supports from Dr. Sullivan in terms of doing some testing and finding out what foods were bothering my digestive system. And I changed my diet, and I changed a lot of things. And honestly, I sailed through that time of cancer treatment. It wasn't fun. It was hard. But I only threw up one time. during that whole session, during all of that treatment. From August through December, I only threw up one time. Like, it's amazing when I look back at that journey, how I was really being supported. I was guided and led to the exact healers that I needed. I already had the chiropractor. I already had the acupuncturist. Now I had an integrative medicine doctor. I had a really great massage therapist. I had all of these things, all of these resources that came together to support me, as well as friends and family who were donating money, because it was a lot of out-of-pocket expense for me to do these integrative therapies. And I learned during that time that all the support and love and nurture that I need is available to me. So that was a really life-changing, pivotal moment for me. When all of these people rallied, I mean, literally gave me money. All of these people rallied around, brought me dinner, made me hats. Like, I just came to know during that time that God loved me, that my family and friends loved me, and that I could ask for and accept help. I was not a lone wolf. So fast forward to 2017 when I got my Reiki training, and I did Reiki 1, 2, and 3 within a few months of each other. When I got my second attunement, my Reiki 2 attunement, what happened was this beautiful light shone on me, and I felt this amazing power come over me. If you want to know more about the story of that Reiki 2 attunement, I would be happy to share that with you in person. But just know that during that moment, I knew that this is what I was supposed to be doing. So since 2017, not only have I been offering Reiki to others, I have been tuning into myself and sending Reiki to myself and continuing my physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, soul level healing that really started with that cancer diagnosis. It started me down the path of becoming more in tune with God, more in tune with my intuition, and having a really deeper knowing that the body has a beautiful way of being supported, not only through allopathic medicine, through Eastern medicine, through chiropractic, through massage, through Reiki, through body talk. I also got body talk during my treatment, but also with us just slowing down, meditating, praying, and connecting with God on our own. Now, I started this whole story talking to you about my numb foot, my numb leg, my numb hip, my numb shoulder, my numb arm, my numb hand. So you might wonder, what does that have to do with the ovarian cancer story? Well, the reason that I started with that is because I was really already on this holistic healing path. That was really the start. Having body talk, having this friendship with my body talk practitioner where she could really tune in with me and help me navigate through all of those decisions. I had all those people in place because of this numbness that I was experiencing. That numbness has not 100% gone away. So I am recording this video in July of 2021. And sometimes my foot, leg, hip, arm, shoulder, hand on my right side still go numb. But the sessions of that are still very few and far between. And what I have come to realize is when that happens, when that discomfort happens, I need to really tune in with what's going on with my physical, emotional, mental, spiritual body and give it what it needs. Give it some nourishment, give it some TLC, whether that's through my own self or I seek it from outside healers so that they can shine a light for me on what's going on with me, just like I can shine a light for you on what's going on with you through the power of Reiki. I have learned through this 7-year so far journey that sometimes God speaks to me through physical discomfort as kind of a wake-up call or a, hey, Jennifer, pay attention. There's something you need to do. And you know, she is probably doing that for you as well. So if you are experiencing physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain, spiritual pain, soul level pain, I encourage you to really tune into that and to bring some healing into your life, whether that starts all the way at the point of cancer or it starts way before something major like that affects your health. I just encourage you to tune in and listen and get support and do what's best for you. So thank you for listening. If I can be a support to you on your healing journey, whether that includes cancer or anything else, please reach out. It would be my honor to serve you in whatever way is needed. Take care.